Now, I know that when a lot of people talk about branding, they only think about flyers, they only think about logo, they only think about social media engagement and all of that, and they think that's all there is to branding. Now, branding in the lame term, because you know that I like to make everything quite simple here so that I communicate, you get it, and you understand it. Now, what branding is legacy. Hello everyone, you're welcome back to Zassy's Space. Thank you so much for engaging with my last video. Please, I want to urge you to subscribe to the channel because here we teach how-tos. This is your home of how-tos. How to take care of your business, how to invest, how to take care of your skin, how to style, and everything how-tos you are going to learn on here. Please do well to subscribe. Today I'm going to be telling you how to recreate yourself and your business into a brand. Now, I know that when a lot of people talk about branding, they only think about flyers, they only think about logo, they only think about social media engagement and all of that, and they think that's all there is to branding. Now, branding in the lame term, because you know that I like to make everything quite simple here so that I communicate, you get it, and you understand it. Now, what branding is legacy, identity, an identity that can create a legacy for your business, for yourself. So when you say create a brand of your business or create a brand of yourself, what you're saying is create a legacy for yourself, create an identity for your business and for yourself. So that is what it is. So in creating an identity, you need to know that it is not about the flyer, it's not about the business card, it's not about the logo alone. Those things are good. I'm not denying the fact that they're good. I'm just trying to tell you that branding, to brand your business, to brand yourself, is way deeper than logo, flyer, and business card. Now, here is your question: how do I do this? And I'm going to tell you a few things that you need to understand about branding yourself, your business. The first thing is you need to get the identity you want to create for your business and for yourself, because that is the tenet of branding, identity. So what identity do you want to create for your business? Now, when people think about your business, far above buying and selling and all of that, or when they think about you, probably the fact that they've met you, you're a nice person or you're a great person, what can they think about? Like, what are you synonymous to? What is your business synonymous to? What is your personality synonymous to? If you are trying to create a brand of yourself. Now, let me give the example of business. If you're trying to create a brand of your business, what is your business synonymous to? So now when people think about that thing, they think about your business. Now when people think about food, they think about your business. For instance, you sell food. So when people think about food, they think about your business. So you have to create an identity that you are into food. Now when you now create that identity that you are into food, that is the first thing that you have been able to create. Now in accepting your identity, you now channel it. Now, food and finesse, food and drama, food and this, now that has created you off the market. So I know now the first thing is I think of food, I think about you, but I also think about something that makes you unique, and that is what branding is. It helps to create that identity and brings the uniqueness into that identity. Do you understand? So when I think about food, I think about finesse, I think about the courage. Now this is where branding is. Now when you have been able to create an identity for yourself, you now pick something that makes your identity stand out from the crowd. You have to create something that makes your identity stand out from the crowd. So let me still use the case of food. You are a food seller. People know that you sell food. People know that you make different kind of food and all of that. Now, what makes you different? What picks you out of the crowd? It is by creating an identity that picks you out of the crowd. Now, let's say you want to add finesse to it. That means your courage, your layout, the way you talk, the way you relate with your customers, your food language, your food, your food adjectives. Those are the things that make you stand out. So when people now think about food now, they do not only think about food, they think about the other thing that makes you stand out. They think about the other thing that endears them to you. And that is it. People get endeared. They just feel like, oh, I don't just get food. I get a different kind of thing from this person. I get finesse. I get relationship. Do you understand? So that's the first That's the second thing now. The first thing is to create an identity for yourself. Now, the second thing is to pick up in that identity that you have created for yourself, something that makes you stand out. So that is why you have to understand what you're trying to recreate and what you're trying to sell to people. Now, the next thing is your brand color. And this is something that I always tell people that come to me and tell me to brand them or do classes with me. I always say this thing: you don't pick a color because it's the color that everybody is using. You don't pick a color because it is your favorite color. I just have something for blue. Now you have to choose a color that represents the legacy you are trying to build for your brand. Everything about your brand must have a meaning. That's the essence. Everything must have a meaning. So if you want to pick blue for your brand color, why is it blue? Why are you trying to sell blue? What translates into blue in your brand? What gives blue in your brand? Do you understand? So you have to make sure that your brand color speaks the legacy that you want. So it's not about the fact that white is just my thing, blue is just my thing. For instance, my color is white and black. I love white and black. I've been able to realize that because I do branding, I do clarity, I'm a clarity coach. It is either white or black. You are either clear or not. That's white and black. So you have to understand your color. You need to know what the color of your brand carries and how it translates into the legacy that you're trying to build, into the identity that you're trying to build for yourself, for your business. Do you understand me? So you need to choose a color, and it's part of your identity. So when I see green, and I see green and blue, or I see white and black, or I see yellow and black, I know that this is the color of this brand, of XYZ brand. This is the color of YZP brand. Do you understand? So you need to create a color, and this color is going to help you translate all your fittings, all your brand related tools, like graphics, like pictures, like social media. So it has to translate. It's not that you use blue today, you use pink tomorrow, you keep confusing people. No, it's going to transcend into all the other tools that make up your brand. So you have to get yourself a color, but you need to make sure that your color translates into that legacy that you're trying to build for your brand. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is language. If you're trying to create a legacy, you need to know what kind of language appeals to the legacy you are trying to create. So you cannot say you're trying to create a legacy for yourself and you just talk anyhow, or you just do things anyhow, or you just write anything just write anything on social media. No, that's not how it's done. So everything, your language matters, from the language on your socials to the language in interacting with your customers. Yeah. And your language of thanks, your language of sorry, your language of apology, your language of thanks. You understand? When a client has engaged in your services and everything, what's your language? When you have annoyed your client, or your client is dissatisfied, what's your language? So these are the things that build your brand, that helps in building the kind of brand that speaks. Do you understand me? So you can see that it's way deeper than the graphics, than the flyer, than the logo. It's much more than that, because you can have the graphics and have the flyer and lose out on so many things. And that is how a lot of people are stuck. They think they've created a brand for themselves by the flyer, by the logo. I now have a new kind of face for my brand, and I have a brand for my business, and have a brand for myself. And they fall short on all of these things. Their language use is bad. They don't even understand what language is in branding. So you have to be able to connect the dots. These are the tenets, like the basic things that you need to know about branding, about creating a brand for yourself, creating a brand for your business. Because you need to realize that the legacy speaks. It's legacy you're trying to create. And also, this puts you in global eye. So if you want to create something that lives, if you want to create something that is way beyond the shores of Nigeria, then you need to understand that you have to start recreating what you have right now. Just in case you haven't gotten on that journey yet, you need to get into it right now. I hope that these few points will help steer you in the right direction. If you have questions, be put in the comment section. And if you really want to talk to me on a personal level, please, you can get in touch with me via my email. I'm going to put it in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to like. Do not forget to share this video with your friends and your family members and your folks. My name is Onosasi, and this is still Zasi's Place, your home of how to. I just love to share what I know, and I am learning every day. I keep researching every day, and of course I know that I know some things, but of course I keep researching every day because I don't want to lose you, and I don't want you to be lost in all that there is about the how-tos. I'll see you again in the next video.